Good morning everyone, welcome to BioWorld. In the previous video, we have seen that how different organs works in reproductive system of male and female. Today we will see how fertilization takes place and different contraceptive methods and also about sexually transmitted diseases. The first step of reproduction is the sexual intercourse. In this step, the vagina of the female reproductive system receives sperms from the male through penis. Here in this picture, you can see millions of sperms in the vagina. Now, let us see the process of fertilization in a 3D animation video. During the process of sexual intercourse, millions of sperms are released into the vagina. These sperms are highly mobile and move vigorously. Once released, these sperms are carried through the cervix. From there, they enter into the uterus. From the uterus, these sperms enter into the fallopian tube. If the egg released by the ovary is present in the oviduct, the sperm encounters the egg during its journey from uterus to oviduct. Inside the oviduct, sperms tries to fuse with the egg. Millions of sperms are racing with each other and only one sperm comes out as a winner. This sperm fuses with the egg and forms the zygote. Here, 23 chromosomes from egg and other 23 chromosomes from sperm form pairs. Here, the zygote undergoes reduction division to form a 2-celled stage, then again into a 4-cell stage. Another mitotic division takes place and 8-celled compacted morula is formed after the 5th day of fertilization. This morula moves down into the uterus and get attached to the uterine wall. Here you can see the implanted fertilized egg. It is in the inner lining of the uterus. After the implantation of the zygote, a special tissue called placenta develops between the uterine wall and the developing embryo. Here in the second picture, you can see the placenta. This placenta develops between the developing fetus and the uterine wall. The embryo gets all its nourishments from mother's blood through this placenta, and at the same time the waste materials are removed from the developing embryo also through this placenta. It takes 9 months for an embryo to develop into a child. When the muscles of the uterus start to contract rhythmically, the process of birth begins. This contraction of the uterine wall pushes out the baby from mother's body through the vagina or birth canal. To control the population explosion and for the well-being of the family and our nation, birth control is necessary. The various methods used for birth control are called contraceptive methods. It is the deliberate use of artificial methods to prevent unwanted pregnancy. In this picture, you can see a small and a big family. In small family, each child receives more parental attention and good education. If the size of the family is large, the parents are not able to give proper food, education and other facilities to all their children. Contraceptive methods can be broadly classified into two: temporary methods and permanent methods. Temporary methods include barrier methods, intrauterine contraceptives, and chemical contraceptives like contraceptive pills. The permanent surgical methods include tubectomy in the case of female and vasectomy in the case of male. Barrier methods include covering like condom for penis and cervical caps for vagina, which prevents the exchange of sperms between the male and female body. Chemical methods involve the intake of pills orally by females, which changes the hormonal balance of the body and prevents the egg from releasing. So it can also cause side effects since it allows the hormonal changes. Another method is placing a contraceptive device called copper T. Here you can see the device called copper T. This copper T is placed inside the uterus by a doctor or a trained nurse, and it prevents the implantation of fertilized egg on the uterine wall. The surgical method of contraception is the permanent method. In the case of males, vasectomy, and in the case of female, tubectomy is conducted surgically. If the vasa deferens which deliver the sperms is blocked, then the transfer of sperm is avoided. So in vasectomy, the vasa deferens is cut and tied. In this picture, you can see the vasa deferens, it is cut and tied in order to prevent the entry of sperms from testes to ureters. In the second picture, you can see tubectomy. Tubectomy is the surgical method of sterilization in which fallopian tube of a woman is cut and tied so that egg is prevented from reaching the uterus. Here you can see the fallopian tube. It is cut and tied so that egg will not reach the uterus for the process of implantation. One more important point is that during the sexual act, many diseases can be transmitted from one body to another. They are called sexually transmitted diseases, or in short, STDs. They are bacterial infections like gonorrhea or syphilis and viral infections like HIV/AIDS. To prevent this, different barrier methods can be used like condom or cervical caps, which we have discussed earlier.
This is all about the process of fertilization and reproductive health. Hope it is clear for everyone.